Alright, today's topic, electricity in your van explained. Portable power stations are really popular these days. It's basically an instant electricity kit. This is a battery and power plugs all in one. It's handy. Unfortunately, this one stopped working. I really like this one. I'm really sad it stopped working. But this one read the watts you were using and how many hours left remaining if you run that continuous wattage. Here are my two current forms of electricity in my van. I have this power station right here, and I have solar. So that's my 400 watt power inverter, and then it's plugged into a surge protector into a single 35 amp hour Harbor Freight battery. So this power station is rated at 155 watt hours. My Harbor Freight battery is 35 amp hours. I will pin this converter in the comment section. So 35 amp hours equals to 420 watt hours. So that's 575 watt hours of electricity that I have with me. The more watt hours of electricity you have, the better. I think 700 is a good number. But the more the better, because what if it's raining or it's gloomy and you're not getting a solar charge? So you want as much reserve power as possible if you're road tripping, especially for extended periods of time. So I'll explain how much power you have right now. This is 155 watt hours, so if I ran 155 watts through this, I could run 155 watts for 1 hour. If I ran 15 watts through this, I could run 15 watts for 10 hours. So you could run a total of 155 watts for 1 hour. That's what the watt hours means. This is a watt reader. I like this stuff. I enjoy math, so I like having this watt reader. This had a watt reader built in, but like I said, unfortunately, this went out. This doesn't work anymore. So I picked up a watt reader. These are like $20. So I'll give you an example of how many watts certain accessories run right now. Charging up my laptop. My laptop is running at 29.2 watts. So here you go. Here's my laptop right here. 29.2. This is one of my space coolers. It's a 12 volt unit. I know a lot of people run 12 volt accessories in their vans because they save on electricity. I have this converter to convert 12 volt into household power just for this demo. It doesn't draw much power. It's reading half a watt. So let's go ahead and plug this in to the converter just so we could read the wattage. I'm going to turn this on at full power. And then at full power, we're reading 26.7 watts on the space cooler right there. So that's what I'm using. I'm using this converter to convert 12 volt into household power. And then the converter itself only draws, there you go, 0.5 watts, 0.4 watts. I don't play many video games these days, but I'm going to play some original Xbox. My 03Z06 is in this game, so I want to unlock it. So we're going to run close to 155 watts right now. So I'm going to run my Xbox and my TV here. I think it's a 17 inch. So let's go ahead and get the watt readings for both of them. The TV is 17.6 watts. So I'm going to plug this into my power station and then we'll check the watt rating on the Xbox. Xbox is on and the Xbox is running at 51.3 watts, so that's 70 watts total. So I thought it would run more wattage actually than 50. I thought it would be 100 watts. So 70 watts, I should get 2 hours out of this. So I should get 2 hours off the TV and the Xbox off this 155 watt hour power station. Let's try it out. I'm gonna play some video games right now. 155 watt hours. You could run 150 watts off of this. 100 continuous is recommended. So the Xbox is 50, the TV is another 20, and I went ahead and plugged the laptop in. That's another 30. So I'm running 100 watts right now. So at 155 watt hours, 100 watts should be about an hour 30 minute of runtime. Full charge, the time is 2:07, so we should get up to around 3:30 with this. So I'm gonna power everything up now. I'm playing to unlock this Z06. It costs 10,000 points. So let's see how many points I could get in about an hour. My bank is 0 points. In about 10 minutes, I'll be running 100 watts for an hour 30. Instead of my laptop, I went with my space cooler instead because it's getting hot in here. But about an hour 30 minutes off of 100 watts, 155 watt hour power station, and all I could manage was 950 points. This game has a learning curve to it. I was like, why is the Crown Victoria keeping up with me? And then this game actually tells you the stats of the vehicles. So top speed 125. That's why the Crown Victoria was keeping up with me. So when you start this game, you have to start off with the Lotus Elise. Cool car, but Crown Vic keeps up with you. Now I'll do this demo with solar. When you're receiving a charge, this little picture of a solar panel will blink. So I have a full charge right now. I have a 400 watt power inverter, 450 watt hour battery. So I'm gonna run all 400 watts, or try to anyway. So let's go ahead and run all kinds of stuff and see how close I could get to 400 watts. TV is 20 watts. Xbox is 50, so that's 70. I'm gonna charge my laptop, that's 30, that's 100 watts. Let's see what else I could run here to get as close to 400 as I can. So I'm gonna recharge my power station, that's another 22 watts. So Xbox, TV, charging my laptop, plus this, that's 122 watts. Let's see what else I have in here. My space cooler on full power is another 30 watts. So here's the math. We got Xbox 50, TV's 20, that's 70. Charging this, that's 100. Plus this, that's 130. Plus my space cooler, that's 160. That's all I could run at once, 160 watts. So let's go ahead and plug this all in right now. 50 watts, 20 watts, that's 70, 30 watts, that's 100, laptop running, that's 130, and space cooler, that's 160. So I should be able to run this off 450 watt hours, just short of 3 hours. So the time is 3:38. So we should get to about 6:25-ish running all this at once. Okay, this is really disappointing. I was expecting to get to about 6:30. It's only 5 o'clock. And you could hear the inverter telling me to turn this off. So let me turn everything off right now. Everything is unplugged. I'm back to 11.9 volts. This Harbor Freight battery in this battery box here is supposed to be 420 watt hours. So I was expecting to get to about 6:30 and I fell an hour 30 minutes shy. And on top of that, I'm still getting solar charge, so I thought it would reach up to 630 fairly easy. So that's telling me that this battery is starting to lose reserve capacity after a year and 4 months. I'll probably give this battery another chance. I might get another one and give it another test. But yeah, it appears that this battery has about 300 watt hours in it, not the 420. So there you go. I'm charging up already. I'm already at 12 volts. There's still sun out, so my solar's charging back up. This Westinghouse was pretty much on point with the 155 watt hours. I hope you guys found this video helpful and you guys know how to convert the watt hours and all that amp hour stuff when you buy a battery or a power station. And if you enjoy this sort of thing, get yourself a watt reader so you could estimate how much power you have with you. My power right now is a little short since that Harbor Freight battery appears to be about 300 watt hours right now. So this test showed me that I got to get a new battery for my solar. Still good, but it's not as much as I want. I think 700 watt hours is where you want to be. I'm at about 450 right now, so that's a little short of what I want to be. Unfortunately, this stopped working. This was 288 watt hours. So my test exposed my Harbor Freight battery as running out of reserve.